So in 1 week, we are getting the first series under the Marvel Banner Spotlight. That'll be debuting on Hulu. We had a new trailer for Echo. And at the end of the trailer, it says, hey, make sure that your TV is set at TVMA, making sure the kids can't see the violent, mature type of material that's coming with this upcoming MCU series. 5 episodes dropping. We got a trailer that featured not only Maya Lopez as Echo, but we get Daredevil, we get Kingpin with substantial screen time here. We get a trailer that focuses also on flashbacks from the Daredevil series from Netflix. You have the Daredevil Netflix series logo in the corner of said trailer. Ricky Flex, to start off here, how excited are you for this series?
I'm gonna finish it within the week, but like we'll review it that Friday. Like that's
Yes.
like without a doubt that'll probably be the highlight of the episode, our episode. Um, Shocked it's only 5 episodes though. Absolutely shocked. I think it might be a good thing. This focus. Focus it even more and just get this done with, so we get to Daredevil, the actual thing that we care about later on. Not this year, next year, or is it coming out this year? That
Born
Daredevil
Again?
show. Yeah.
So they had to remember they had to restart it. So I think it's gonna
Right.
be 2025.
Okay. So I do think this will be okay. I think they've already rewritten it. There's probably going to be a lot of Daredevil in it to get you ready, and Kingpin to get you ready for Daredevil Born Again. It's just like at the end of the day, this spotlight thing, this was just like so last second. And I think them showing all this Daredevil stuff from the Netflix series, showing a lot of Daredevil and Kingpin, is trying to tell you like, hey, have faith in us. Have faith in us. How much leeway do we give these guys? And from all their other shows, I don't think we should give them much. So for me, I will watch, but am I watching because I think it's going to be great? No, I'm watching because I'm a huge Daredevil fan, Charlie Cox in particular, and we're going to talk about it that week. So
My anticipation's higher than I expected for this show, but I still have tempered expectations. And I think the spotlight thing is weird, right? So this spotlight banner is for projects that tell a little bit different toned stories than the traditional MCU. They have less connectivity to the MCU. Yet when we see this trailer that is dropping a week before the show, its focus is on Daredevil and Kingpin for the most part. And they are going to have, they obviously had a past that they showed in this trailer, but they're going to have a strong future for the future of the MCU. So you're saying, yo, it's not tightly connected. But then we have like executive producer Brad Winderbaum saying that and teasing that Kingpin is likely to be the quote unquote street level Thanos
hate
for the
that quote.
MCU. Like for me, it's just like, is this story even worth telling about Echo? It just is there enough care for this character? It's more about the supporting cast here, and it's interesting. I think this show can go in an interesting direction because Echo, the character, is a villain, not a hero. So it's like, how is she going to be positioned in this show? Like Daredevil is obviously not the protagonist of the show because that's Echo, but he's in here, right? What kind of role is he playing? And Echo, she's the protagonist. And then if we have Kingpin as the antagonist, how much role is he going to play if he's going to be in the future of the MCU and their quote unquote Thanos in the street level portion? So I don't know. I am excited to have a Kingpin established in the MCU. And I do want to say, Ricky Flex, if they want that quote really got me, where it's like Thanos level, like villain. Obviously, nothing will ever be Thanos because he's like the galactic level, like villain in the
Right, but I think I know where
universe.
you're going with this.
But I think if you want to establish that he is that size of a street level villain, he's gonna buy the Avengers Tower.
Oh, wow.
If you want to
I
like
was not
prove
thinking
he's
that.
that big of a villain, I want him to buy the Avengers Tower, make it Fisk Tower, just like we saw in like the Spider-Man animated show. Like
He
I
always has
think,
the tower.
and everyone thinks that, oh, it's going to be the next Baxter building. What would be like a nice misdirection? It becomes like Wilson Fisk's tower. And then it could potentially set up, let's say, the next Daredevil series, or like the Daredevil Born Again, or it's like a potential tie-in with Spider-Man 4. I think that would be cool and would show like how much power he truly has, is he's the next one to inhabit that like landmark of a building. You know what I mean?
That is a great shout because we need a Kingpin with a tower. We just do. From
Yeah.
what prior IP, we just need it in comic book lore. But I thought you were gonna say villain Spider-Man 4.
No,
Um,
I think he will be in it, but I don't think he will be the villain.
or just like a part of it because Spider-Man, like obviously he's been dealing with a Tom Holland Spider-Man multiverse, part of the Avengers, huge tasks, other like multiversal tasks, right? Let's get back to being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and street level. And who's the king of the street? He's the biggest IP that Marvel's got. And who's the king of the street level according to Brad Winderbaum? It's Kingpin. So, I think that would be a seamless correlation. Maybe not the big bad of the Spider-Man 4 movie, but a part of it in some way. Maybe the strings behind the villain of that movie, and then Spider-Man 5 will lead into that. We can have a Daredevil in that.
Or it's like a team up street level like movie, potentially that happens down the line.
It's a good
But, like,
shot too.
Like you could see Villain for Hire. That's
John
what
Bernthal, Punisher, somehow gets back in this. Something.
That's what Kingpin does. He's like a villain. He hires villains to get tasks done for him, and he's a physical force himself. But like he is the guy. He is the puppeteer, like you're talking about. That's pulling strings. Like I would like to see him pulling strings on the background of Spider-Man 4. That would be awesome. But yeah, it's interesting also how they're saying like, yeah, they're doing flashbacks of Daredevil, right? They're doing flashbacks of the Netflix series that for so long Kevin Feige was trying to disassociate with. And now it seems like with the multiverse saga, I think he hit the F it button, meaning Kevin Feige. He just said, I don't care if this was in the past or the present. We're going to be like Fox, these X-Men heroes that we're going to be seeing that are incorporated into the MCU. I think he stopped caring so much of only focusing what's happening within the universe, right? If it's a character in the universe, right? And I think anything is on the table here. I think Feige's even said like everything that's happened in Marvel from now, from the past up to now, that is canon. Like I think he literally said that. He would never have said that 5 years ago. Right. But I think the multiverse saga has kind of adjusted his mindset. And I think the show 5 years ago, if we were getting this, there's no way we would have like Charlie Cox like flashbacks or like Wilson Fisk flashbacks from a Daredevil series. To me, that was kind of you could see a transition in mindset.
Yeah, completely agree. It wasn't just like a wink. That was like a definitely bigger than that.
Yeah, it was like a Daredevil logo in the corner from the Netflix series, and then it turned to a Hawkeye logo, like from the MCU. Right. I'm just like, wow, like they are just unafraid of showing like the backstory for Daredevil. And does that tell you that the characters from the Daredevil series, like Karen Page or Foggy Nelson, will show up in Daredevil Born Again? Right? Are those characters going to be recast, or are they going to be carried over? And it's the same character. It is the same character that's being incorporated here. I think that's important to think about. Fans are going to be going nuts online for that. Okay. Any other thoughts on Echo before we get going here?
We'll review it next Friday's episode.
Next Friday's episode comes out January 9th, which I think is Monday. No, Tuesday.
Tuesday, 9:00 Eastern.
Tuesday. All right. So this is TV month for the Drive-In podcast as we build up to Masters of the Air.